Here we are starting off. I'm a little worried that as I get through the videos, I'm going to be starting off with, oh, this is neat, gotta sell it. This is nice, gotta sell it, gotta get the money in, gotta get the space. That 10,000 square foot mansion has not shown up yet where I can display everything beautifully. And then a little bit later, it'll be like, nah, let's keep it. No, let's just keep it. I already own it. Who needs to sell it? I already have it. You know, just gotta start, gotta purge. But unfortunately, I think the number of these will be keep. So this one is one of my favorite lines, Robotch Alpha Fighter carded. A little more difficult to find the carded version of this. This is a keep. This was intentionally purchased actually recently too. Mega Laser. This has never got to the He-Man collection. So these are the things that were like fluff around that meant to go to the tubs that are buried in here, but so not a good start off the bat. So this I need to look at because this is taped on the top right here. This may be a pre-production sample that I picked up, but I haven't sat down to compare it, which I'll do shortly. So it's about a $15 toy being opened. When I picked these up, I actually did get the red pre-production dinosaur versus the green. And I think this came from that lot, so it needs to be double checked. So that's the first item for sale. This is a fascinating piece for Jurassic Park collectors. This is Lost World Campaign. And this is a prize that you would win for the Lost World campaign in 1987. And it's a sleeping bag from Japan. So it's pretty neat. I'll put a picture of it, what it looks like all sprawled out. Unfortunately, Jurassic Park collectors are fickle on things. They love to collect a lot of novelty stuff. I thought this would be great to keep, and then I decided to sell it. They're actually not excited about this. I thought that was kind of surprising. You can sell like the dart gun from Kenner for like $200 probably, but you can't sell this for $150. So that was fascinating. But unfortunately, it has to go because I'm not going to keep that piece, even though I love my Jurassic Park. So here's another fun piece. This is the Macross Plus VF11 from Yamato. I was actually really excited about this piece being produced when they started off the Macross Plus line. This piece is notorious for its legs snapping off the moment you breathe on them. So this actually, there might be 3 of these in the house. So we're going to purge this one because it is broken inside. I literally bought one, broke it, bought an R1 dead stock when these came out, broke it, and then bought one, had it shipped to me, and it broke in the mail. These things are a curse, but they are a lovely, lovely. So one of the big things I'm going to be purging in this giant purge around of 400 tubs is going to be Star Wars. Now, I'm a little bit wavy, but I'm going to keep up the Power of the Force 2, let go of all the vehicles, though I will admit, and I can't get this properly open, that the Legacy series and a couple pieces here and there, like these are 30th anniversary, I'll keep a little smidge of it, because some of these are really fantastic, and that artwork is gorgeous. Granted, I would say the figure's face there's a little questionable. Oh my God, look at the coin art. What, is it a monkey? Oh, there it is. A little bit better now. I actually did go to the onsen monkey retreat. I think that was in Nagano in Japan. That was a strange story in its own self. Don't make last minute trips at the last moment when the sun is fading, people. So that whole box at this point, I'm not going to look at. That's for sale. That's what needs to be done. Just keep a smidge of the Power of the Force 2 stuff, because even though you like Star Wars, do I really need all this stuff? Do I need 30 Lukes? Do I need a 6-inch? Do I need a 3 3/4 inch? Do I need a 12-inch? No. At this point, we need space. We need to move on from this. As I said, it was a lot more fun to collect this stuff when there was the distribution every year was a finite amount. There was the vintage, there was newer stuff coming out, and it was so much easier to collect. And now there's just so much being produced, let alone the cost of what's being produced now is just insane. So here is an original Star Wars case for green tag, it looks like. Got some Power of the Force 2 freeze frames. These are going to be like $5 each probably. And that's like crazy thinking, like, oh man, I got the original. This is a buddy shipping case. But like, I got an original shipping case, and those vintage shipping cases are rare and unique and valuable to an extent. If I keep this for 15 years, this will be worth money too. That's like the mentality of Power of the Force 2 and a lot of other toy lines that came after. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And if I want all this stuff back, I can literally buy it all back for $5 each. Same with, oh, this is indie. So here are the Indiana Jones figures. These are the deluxe sets all laid out. I will admit I can see why I fell in love with these long ago. Hasbro put a lot of passion into this. And they were great. They're gorgeous. And I really don't want to let these go because there's not that much of a gigantic series compared to, let's say, Star Wars, as we mentioned before. I think the market's gone up in a few of these, but wow. See, it's already begun. It's begun. I'm like, no, I don't want to keep it. I want to sell it. Nope, I'm going to keep everything. Keep it all. So we'll put it aside for the moment. We'll see how it goes. If I have too much, I'll purge a good portion of it. And if I want them, I'll buy them back, or I just get a loose collection. Because I'm also at that point now where I can accept loose stuff for these newer figures. And also the market, as I said, it's not going to be skyrocketing up. I'm not going to sell it now for $10 each and then regret it a year later because the market jumped to $50 each. That's not going to happen anymore. You already dead sure it is what it is. So purging stuff is not as bad as it used to be. There's no worries on stuff like this. We'll pack that up and let's get to the next box. So we are on to Hone, which means bone in Japan. And these are candy toy kits produced by Takara. This series is just an amazing series that's only produced in Japan. You get not a blind box, you can tell by the number which one you're going to get. So this is number 8, that little skeleton armored dude down there. Glow in the dark, they're $2 each. This market is completely unknown to everybody outside of Japan. Here's a different series. Oh, look how amazing. The colors, everything. I love all these creatures. Absolutely just one of my favorite newer toy lines that has still been going on for about almost 15 years or more now. So when I started collecting these, Series 3 had just come out, and I said to myself, these are solid pieces for investment. They cost nothing. You ship a whole pile of them back from Japan. So we're going to find literally not just this giant bag of Hone. We're going to find tubs and tubs and tubs of these. The good part is there is a market for these in Japan. The bad part is there's not a market for it outside of Japan. So the ones I'm holding here, I forgot what series these are. These could be $15, $20 each for all I know right now in Japan. As for the U.S. market, putting them on eBay, I don't think there's anything and nobody knows. So that's kind of a weird thing to do. I just like them so much, I just kept buying them. So these are going to be all for sale. I'm going to keep only just one of each character, and that's it. This is a mishmash box. So this is the stuff I need to go through initially because all the other tubs are organized. I am not a screw up when it comes to this stuff. I like to keep things clean, organized. Okay, this room obviously does not look like I'm screaming to have things be organized. I get that. But that's where we're dealing with it right now. So this type of stuff is stuff I did buy and then stuff I did squander away because I couldn't get to the proper tubs. So Jurassic Park, I'm only going to collect the action figures of the humans. I have like 1 or 2 dinos. I don't care. They are a great series. I will say Mattel is stepping it up, making fantastic Jurassic Park / Jurassic World toys. But as I said, there's just too much here. I have to literally tone it down, just say, I like what I like, and accept you're not going to have all this stuff. That's fine. So just the humans. We got some corpse. That is some pretty cool artwork. Leonard did create an amazing G.I. Joe styled line, and this is in great comparison to Joe. There was no cartoon series. There were lower costs, but they did a nice job. The colors, though, they kept it to a certain 3 types of colors, probably keep the cost down on this character at least, but you can tell that they're not the same quality as Joe because Joe really had that. But so let's see what we got here. We got some Transformers. These are absolutely great pieces, but this is where I'm at. Like, I can have this loose. These I can sell, but unfortunately this market is not strong. These probably were $10 each retail. Right now, I can probably only sell these for probably $10 each. So I'm going to get rid of those. Power Rangers, Mystic Force. And again, this is stuff I picked up in advance, the market, expecting it to blow up because I think the Power Ranger 5-inch hero lines are just, it's Bandai. They put a lot of effort into making great toys. The Megazords I invested in heavily for Mystic Force, but I sold them off way too early because that market didn't pop as well as I thought it would. Talking Linka. I will fight pollution. I am an eco-villain. Wait, are you saying stop eco-villain, that I'm the eco-villain? Or are you saying stop eco-villain? Okay, this is kind of cool. So I met up with a former employee of Tiger. And I'll explain the story with the Furby story at some point. But the gentleman had about 30 men-on-card Linkas talking. This is one of them. He just gave them to me for free with some other pre-production stuff. And on the back of each one, it's signed Elvis. That's what he said to me. And he could not give me a single reason why it was written with Elvis in the back. It's not a sign-off procedure for pre-production or anything. These are all production toys. It's just one of those loony things that they do when they're there. I think that's weird to have one still, so that's great. We'll keep that. Mystic Force is, so for me, Mystic Force, back to this, is like the last line I collected of Power Rangers. I would not mind keeping packaged, just the figures, not like the bikes and all that stuff, because that'll eat them way more room. But that's where I stop. They're just too much now. Now they're going back with Hasbro and all the 6-inch/5-inch stuff. It's just too much. Later final series, Captain Planet. This is a much tougher figure. I remember when nobody cared about this stuff. And that was the glory days of collecting. Like, you would go to a toy show and these like $5 each, buy the whole box, get rid of it. Nobody cares. And then now 90s stuff is so much stronger. Like, this is probably like $50 to $75 carded figure right now. But this will probably be the one for the collection. And this is probably just excess stuff. No duplicates. That's a tougher one right here. We all knew that the Mystic Light Night Wolf, when he was good, is a much tougher figure. We got a Star Trek. Oh my God, how the mighty have fallen. The Thomas Riker. This was up to $125 just like 6 months after it came out due to its scarcity and Trek people and toy collecting in the 90s. And it was just like the thing to do. That's like the scalper heyday compared to today's world. Now, nobody cares. $5 probably, literally $5. Speaking of a role reversal, as that was being produced, Pokemon's popping out, and this one's pretty beat up, but this is the early Tomy Ash figure carded with non-posable. Later, Hasbro did the posable figure, but they're just, at that time, you need to get stuff on the market because Pokemon was so hot. They said, Tomy, you already have everything set up. We'll just produce your toys. A-okay, and then we'll make our own action figure ones. That figure is probably worth about $50 to $75 now. That market is slowly creeping up for Pokemon, so I'm going to hold on to that. I do collect Pokemon lightly, like don't have to literally get them all, but happy to have samples here and there. We have a White Ranger. Oh, Evans. We'll talk about Evans in our time. Of all the Evans dead stock of them being sold out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And this is the Tougher Star Sapphire set, which is probably why I kept it. I purged in the last big purge I did. I just said, you know what? Superhero market is not doing anything. The moment a new character comes out that's better posable, more detailed, the vintage one that was before it, no matter what it is, how old it is, asterisk, 80s ones still have value, of course. But like Toy Biz, Mattel, Justice League, all this straight down in value. Few little exceptions like this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man series. And, of course, the Penbot series. I just love the random robot stuff. So, a couple things will be purged from this box. We don't need... same thing. You would buy these things on clearance for literally $3 each from Kmart's and Walmart's. And you had no idea what the value of these things would be in the future. It could be a hit. It could be a miss. I've had a few. This is a miss. So, that's for sale. So, the rest of this stuff will be put away for when we come to a Power Rangers or Justice League Unlimited or some of this Jurassic Park stuff to properly place it away for the collection and see if I have a duplicate. So that's where we're at right now. We're going to wrap up this video. I'm going to show you some more funky, cool stuff. We're just going to keep rolling through literally 400 tubs of pure evil. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to have quite a few videos. We're looking to go through about 5 tubs per an episode. So with 400 tubs, 5 tubs per an episode, we're looking at about a week to go through all this, right? There really are tubs I have not seen for 10 years. The very back over here, I literally have no idea what's in those tubs. So I'm actually really excited. And for the future videos, which we have already filmed, we found some pre-production stuff already. So it's pretty exciting, actually.